Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. I'm danahbanana, and today we're doing a full face of Kokie, and I'm also showing you some of their new products that they have. I haven't done a full face of Kokie in a while, and if you're not new here, then you know that and this is one of my favorite brands of all time. So I wanted to show them some love and play with some of their new products. They came out with two new eyeshadow palettes. I just did a review and a multiple looks one palette on their Pro collection, the Black Pro collection palette, and amazing, such good quality. And then they came out with two more, and they also have the White Pro collection. This one is called Arabian Nights. I am obsessed with the packaging. It is so cute. So Arabian Nights, and then this one is Pure Magic. And I tried to dip into both of these just for the sake of the video. I will be playing with these more on Instagram and just for like everyday looks. So make sure you follow me on Instagram. It's always linked down below if you want to, you know, keep up with some looks that I do outside of YouTube. So I played with these. I love the formula. The formula is so nice. Big fan. It's similar, very similar to the Pro collection that I just tried, and I've always liked Kokie's eyeshadow formulas. They're just really, really good for the price. Super pigmented, easy to blend. They last on my lids all day, and the shimmers are really nice and pigmented and creamy and everything I could want in a drugstore eyeshadow palette and more. And then they came out with, I think they came out with 7 new liquid eyeshadows, but I had all 7. I don't know where the other one is. I will find it eventually, but they are beautiful. I only used one today, just, you know, but I'll show you a couple of them. Look how stunning. This one is the shade Astrid. Like, oh my god. I used this one the other day. This is just like a pure white one, and you can kind of change it to, like, I used the blue from one of the palettes, and I kind of mixed it with this. So I kind of put this on top of the blue, so it was like a bluish tint to the white, and it was so nice. But you could easily put it on top of just like a white base and it would be white. And this one is Cosmos. I'll show you one more. This is Ophelia, and it's just a beautiful green. I am a huge fan of their liquid eyeshadows. You guys know that. I prefer them over the Stila ones, and not because they're better than the Stila. I feel like they are comparable to the Stila, and they're a fraction of the price. So win-win when it comes to these, and they have a lot. I have a lot of theirs, and then they just added 7. So there's plenty of options, and they are amazing. If you are in the market, if you're looking for a like liquid eyeshadow, I highly suggest those. Just check them out, just see if any of the colors are something you want. They're great. So enough talking, we'll get into this video. But don't forget, if you want to ever buy anything from Kokie, my discount code is DANAH, DANAH 25, DANAH25, and you get 25% off when you use that code. I do get a commission off of it, so it's a win-win for both of us. So if you'd like to see how I got this look and the Kokie products that I use, then just keep on watching. And before we get into this, I gotta ask you a question. This is random and not really related to this video much, but what is the perfect nude for you? Like, what's the brand? What's the shade? I'm trying to see something here. Just let me know what your perfect nude is, or your favorite nude. And I'm gonna shut up now, so let's get right into the video. I'm gonna start off in the Pure Magic palette. I'm going to take this shade right here, Ritual, and I'm using that as my transition shade, just kind of putting it all over my lid. I'm gonna speed up the application portion just so we're not here all day. Now in that same palette, I'm going in with this Poof shade right here, just to kind of lighten up the edges a bit and blend it more. I am going in with the other palette, the Arabian Nights palette. This is so cute. And I'm going in with this shade right here called Rebel. Now I'm going to cut my crease with some concealer and then we'll come right back and start putting stuff on the lid. So I was going to do more of a like neutral base. I was going to use this one because I want to use a shimmer to show you how it works, but then also put a liquid eyeshadow on top just to show you how those work as well. So for this eye, I actually used this one under the liquid eyeshadow, but I'm really wanting to try out this fantasy shade right here. It's catching my eye. So I'm going to put that on first, and then the liquid eyeshadow is really opaque anyway, so it'll cover it up, but that's why I'm doing like just a random colored shade. I want to see what it's like on the lid. I feel like it's not showing up as peach on camera, but it's like in person it looks more peach, but it's still a really nice color. I'm kind of sad that I have to cover it up, but at least I know I like it. Now I'm going over it with, just so I can show you what these look like, at least one of them on my eye, the Celeste Crystal Fusion Liquid Shadow. You can really put these over anything, even just over base or just over regular eyeshadow. I like to do a similar color underneath. Like if I'm using the blue one, I would like to use a blue underneath just in case it... I do that with every single brand of liquid eyeshadows, just especially if I'm going to be wearing it all day. In case it like a little bit comes off or something, you won't even be able to tell because there's a colored base underneath. Even with this on top, it still slightly has a more like peach tone to it, which I'm really liking a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry a little bit, and then off camera I'll kind of blend. With these liquid eyeshadows, once they dry, it's really easy to blend a matte shadow onto them to blend out the rough edges. It works perfectly fine like that, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm also going to add some liquid liner and some lashes. I don't have Kokie liquid liner. And then for mascara, I will be using the Kokie Volume and Length Mascara. I really, really like this one. I also have the waterproof one, but I really don't need waterproof right now. And I actually prefer this one over the waterproof one. I don't have any issues with it transferring or leaking, like going anywhere else on me. I really like this one. It's super black. It gives my lashes, like, it makes them look a little more fluffy, I guess, like volume. It gives them volume, like it says. So I'm gonna use this, and I'll probably use it on my I'll use it on my lower lashes too, but I'm just mentioning it right now. So I actually wanted to switch this up a little bit. Lately I've been loving like a neutral look on top and then a different like a colorful shade on the bottom. So I wanted to play with this royalty shade right here. So I'm just going to put that on my lower lash line. I did it on this eye, and I actually like put some concealer on my lower lash line, and then I'm doing this before my foundation just because I feel like lately, I don't know why, my lower lash line, like no matter what shadow I use on it, that's the first thing to fade. throughout the day. So like the eyeshadow will look great, but the lower lash line fades a lot. So I'm just like kind of treating it like my lid and priming it and then doing this, and then I'll just like clean it up whenever I do my foundation and stuff. And then for my waterline, I'm using what I've been using, the Velvet Smooth Liner in Chocolate. I'm out of my Kokie Smooth Glow primer, so I'm just using the Wet n Wild Dewy primer. For foundation, I'm using the Skin Perfect HD foundation. This is one of my holy grail foundations, and I'm mixing two shades because I'm just a weird shade right now. I'm using the shades, this one's 20C, and this one is 30W. This one's like really, this one has a more yellow undertone, this one has a more neutral undertone. I mixed these together yesterday and I really liked the shade, so. And I'm just using my E.L.F. Sponge. I just repurchased this. This is one of my favorite sponges. Actually, I think this is like my top favorite sponge out of all sponges I've ever tried. It's very soft and it gets really big when you wet it. It's not fully wet right now because I was too lazy to go wet it, so I just sprayed some rose water on it. For powder, I'm actually going to go into my powder contour palette. This is one of my favorite contour palettes. It's very well loved. I've had this for a while and I still, like, I'm a YouTuber, so I'm constantly like picking up new products and trying them out, falling in love with them. But this is one that has stayed pretty consistent and I will always love this. And actually, I only really use these whenever I need to carve out my contour, but I think I'm pale enough to actually use it as a powder today, so that's what we're gonna do. So I'm going to go in with this one. It's more of a like peach tone. I don't know, this could go very bad, but we'll see. And no, I did not put on concealer because I don't really, I have a concealer from them that I really like. It's actually a really good hydrating concealer and more light coverage, or no, I would say more medium coverage. It's definitely buildable, but it's not heavy at all. It's a really nice concealer. It's their Be Bright concealer. I have that, but I haven't been wearing concealer lately unless I'm like covering a breakout or something. I'm gonna go back in with that Royalty shade that I used earlier just to kind of buff out this and make it a little bit more smoky. Okay, going back in with this same palette, and I will be using this contour shade right here, my very obvious favorite. Now I'm going to use the Blushing Blush Up palette, and I'm going to be mixing these two shades. I put my finger in all three of those. Okay, these two. I feel like with these ears out, I could pass for an elf today. Putting the same two shades on my nose. Loving this, like, I know some people have done this since the beginning of time, but I feel like lately it's become this trend of putting blush on your nose, an excess amount of blush, and I freaking love it. But I see some people like go all out, and I love it on them. I think it is so cute, but I'm always so scared people are gonna be like, Rudolph, you belong at the North Pole. I think I'm just gonna gradually let it get pinker and pinker and just one day pop out. And the only reason I'm ever self-conscious about like certain trends that I do is because I freaking live in Louisiana. People are so close-minded here, and even when it comes to makeup, I don't know. I'm just cautious of what I do. I wish I was one of those people like, I don't care. Which I really, to an extent, I don't care, but I don't think anybody enjoys getting made fun of. So for highlighter, I'm using the Kokie Soft Glow Highlighter. This is in the shade Gleaming. I normally use a damp sponge to put this on. It's been a while since I've used this. Kind of forgot what it. For lips, I'm going to put on the Kokie lip powder in the shade Infamous. For setting spray, I'm going to use the Kokie Set and Forget. I actually use this pretty much every day, not just for this video. I really like this lip shade, Infamous, ladies and gentlemen. Okay guys, so that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed getting to see how some of these new products work, even some of the old products. I freaking love this brand. I have been a fan of this brand for a long time now. You know that if you've been here for a while. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Why did I say that? That sounds so weird. I will see you guys in my next video. I love you so much. Bye.